we go. Lovely. Okay, cool. Yes, so let's get ready. Let's get warm for our headstand stroke forearm stand session. Let's start with 4 big deep breaths, taking it in through your nose, out through your mouth, lifting the arms up as we go. Number 1, exhale, fold forwards. Number 2, and release. Number 3, letting it all go. And last one, biggest one yet. Number 4, and out. Lovely. Stand yourself up, pull the shoulders back, opening up the chest, take yourself from one side to the next. One side to the next. Lovely. And then lifting one leg, circle around the ankle. And change direction, switch directions. Lovely. Other side, circle round. And change direction. Lovely. Number 1, leg, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kicking it out the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Leg number 2, lifting it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Nice soft knees. Let's start with rolling the shoulders. Keep the tummy nice and tight. And take a bit bigger. Lead in with the elbows. And then just the shoulders rolling forwards. Good. And forward swimming. Lovely. Great stuff. And let's reach the arms up nice and high and take one arm forward, one arm back. Good, good. And then change direction, other one back, other one forwards. Lovely. And let's shake it all out. Nice soft knees, wrap yourself round, feel a twist in the back, fluffy arms, fluffy fingers. Lovely. And then taking yourself back to the front, everything from hips down, stay still, just twisting from one side to the next, just the upper body, keeping your hips square to the front. Lovely. And then everything from shoulders down, stay still, just moving the head from left to right, right to left. Gently up, gently down, gently up. Lovely. And then ear over to one shoulder, lifting it up, over to the other. Up and over, up and over. Up and over. Lovely. And then from here, rolling around that front semicircle to the other side, and then easing it back again. And rolling through one, to the next, one, to the next. Lovely. Good. And then lifting the head back up on top of the shoulders. Pull the shoulders up to the ears, and then push them down, squeezing the lats, lifting it up, pushing down, lift it up, push it down, and double time. Ba, 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 ba. Beautiful. Palms up to the sky, opening it out, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, opening up the chest, round and separate the shoulder blades, and open, and round, and open, and round, and open. And this time we're going to round, interlink the fingers, gently pulling on the arms to separate the shoulder blades, looking down to the floor. Lovely. And then let go of the arms, interlink the fingers at the back, pull the shoulders down to open up the chest, and then open up, taking the hands away from your butt. Fold yourself over. Try and get your hands to come all the way up over towards the floor in front of you. Lovely. Let go of the hands, bend the knees, rolling it all the way up, bringing the arms out, palms to the front, nice sturdy stance, tummy tight, pushing the arms in. Just little pulses, pushing forwards. Lovely. And then turn to the back of the room, palms to the back, pushing backwards. Perfect. Lovely. Good. Bring the palms down, little circles forwards. Just circling it forwards. Lovely. And then little circles backwards. Good. Lovely. Medium circles forward, so taking it a little bit bigger. And backwards. Good. Lovely. And then shaking it out. Taking the hips from side to side. Feeling a little bit of a stretch on the inner thighs. Lovely. And let's circle around the wrists, taking it all the way up to the top and down the middle. And then when you get to the bottom, change direction of the wrists, taking it all the way back up to the top and down to the middle. Lovely. Interlink the fingers, snaky, snaky, and reverse. Lovely. And give them a shake. Folding yourself forward. Hands come down. Keep the hips going from side to side. Feel a stretch on the inner thigh. And then taking it back up again. Lovely. Bending the knees, pelvis tucks under, squeeze the tush, and then taking it back, sticking your butt out behind you, and then under and squeeze, and taking it back. Under and squeeze, taking it back, and then let's circle it all the way around. Lovely, good. Change direction, other way. Perfect. And then lifting yourself up, fold yourself forward. Hands come down, feet nice and wide, bend in one leg. And then straighten and bend the other. And let's just go up and over, easing into our inner thighs. Lovely. Good. And then from here, taking it through the middle. If you wish to here, you can take your hands off, make it a little bit more challenging, keeping that chest lifted and your hips nice and low, or keep your hands on the floor, whichever suits you and your body best today. Perfect. Hold yourself to one side. Let's flex up that foot, take it through demi point to full point to demi point to flexed, demi point, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex. Last one, demi, full, demi, flex. Lovely. Roll yourself around into your lunge position on the other side, gently taking the hips up and down. Lovely. Push through that front leg, take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance, reach the hands up, pelvis tucks under, push down into the hips. Reach all the way forward, chest moves on, hands frame your front foot, lower the back knee down, untuck that toe. And then we're going to straighten and rebend that front leg. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Took the toe under at the back, straighten out that leg, keeping them hips a little bit higher. Glue your chest onto your front leg, and we're going to try and straighten that front leg and then rebend it. Doesn't matter if it doesn't go fully straight as long as you're keeping your chest attached. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Lower the back knee down. Take yourself into a nice big lunge. Hands come either side, and let's circle our hips round for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Tuck the toe under at the back, push yourself up and over, and then let's scooch over to the other side. And with this foot, we're going to go demi point, flexed, demi point. Sorry, I've said that in the wrong way, but hopefully you followed it still. Flexed, demi, full, demi, flexed, demi, full, demi, flexed, demi, full, demi, flex. Perfect. Roll yourself round onto your other side, gently taking the hips up and down. Lovely. Push your that front leg, take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up, pelvis tucks under, push down into the hips. Reach all the way forward, chest glues on, hands frame your front foot, lower the back knee down and tuck that toe, and let's straighten out that front leg and rebend. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg straight, lifting up your hips. Glue your chest onto your front leg. And let's try to re-straighten and bend for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Drop the back knee down. Take yourself into a nice big lunge. One hand comes either side. Little hip circles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, change direction, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Bring your weight into your back knee, semi-circle your leg round, so you're landing on all 4s. From here, tuck the pelvis under, round the back, separate the shoulder blades, look down between the legs. And then reverse, take it the other way, tilt the pelvis up and away, squeeze the shoulder blades gently at the back, looking up to the sky. Lovely, tucking it under. Feel like you're pulling your tummy button up into the spine, separating the shoulder blades, and then reverse. Squeeze the shoulder blades, pelvis is tilting up and away. Imagine you're trying to get your tailbone to reach the top of your head. And let's roll the rib cage round in a circle. And change direction, other way. Lovely. Bring the knees together, drop yourself onto your butt, roll onto your back. I want you to prop yourself up onto your elbows, lift the legs up to the sky, and we're going to do our little scissor kick. So we're just going to take the little scissor legs, take it down, hovering as low to the floor as you can, and then take it back up again. Lovely, that's 1. And number 2, taking it down and up. Number 3, down and up. And then last one, number 4, down and up. Lovely, bending knees. Dropping the feet down to the floor, lie yourself completely down so that you're on your back, knees are pointed up to the sky, feet are on the floor. And we're going to do our dish hold. So it's really important to do our dish hold before we do any handstands, headstands, forearm stands, because it really helps to get our pelvis in the right position. So we want our pelvis to be tilting under. And the reason why we want it to be in this position as much as we possibly can is because it helps to better engage our core muscles rather than pull on our lower back if we're sticking our butt out. So I'm going to be lying down. My pelvis is tilting under. Push my back into the ground so that the small of my back, there's no space between the floor and the small of my back. You'll also feel, if you're just where your bikini line is, you should give that little poke and you should feel like that muscle is engaged. And that's just by tilting the pelvis under. You can do a Brucey bonus here by squeezing your pelvic floors as well. From here, I'm going to lift my shoulders and my head off the floor and pull my arms away so it helps to lift me up. So my toes, my fingers are pointing towards my toes, and then we're going to lift our feet up off the floor. Keep your knees above your hips to begin with. So it's making sure we're nice and controlled and in the right position. And let's hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely, good. We're going to do the same thing again, but this time instead of having my knees over my hips, I'm going to take it a little bit further. So I'm going to take my feet further away from me. My knees are still bent. So I'm still doing it with a bent knee. If you feel like your your back starts to peel up off the floor, then bring your knees back in. So you never, at any point, if you start to lift off the floor, then bring it to a position which is more controlled. So bringing your knees in closer. And this will just help to re-engage your core muscles and make it, because obviously when we're taking our leg further away, it's putting way more pressure on our core. So same thing again, tilt the pelvis under, push the small of the back into the floor, nice and engaged, tummy tight, lift the head and shoulders up, hands come out, lift the feet off the floor, and then we're taking our feet and our knees further away from our body, and let's hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, keep breathing, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, lovely stuff. So the final one that we're going to do, we're going to hold it in our full dish position. There's a few options. So we're going to take our legs, instead of my knees being bent like they were initially, I'm going to take them straight. Now, if you want it to be more challenging, you take your feet as close to the floor as possible and you squeeze your butt so that it helps to kind of keep everything engaged and super straight like a pencil. And well, you're kind of like, obviously you're in a dish shape, so it's not fully straight, but you're as straight as can be. If you feel like, again, your back starts to lift off the floor, then take your legs a little bit higher or bend them. So that's the way to reduce the pressure, basically. You've got the option here to take your hands same as they were before, or you can take them above your head. It's a lot more challenging to take your arms above your head, but that's an option for you as well. I think I'm going to keep my arms down by my sides, but it's up to you. You can take them higher if you would like it to be that little bit more intense on your abs. Okay, are we ready? Let's get in position. Pelvis under, tummy tight, head, shoulders off, arms down, arms up, whatever you prefer. Feet off the floor, straightening the legs, squeeze the butt, and let's hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, keep squeezing, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Really nice, really, really good. Lovely stuff. And let's roll ourselves over, bring our forearms to the floor, and just gently pull your chest away to stretch out your abs. Lovely. Now, while we're in this position, in our forearms down, we're actually going to hold ourselves in our plank position as well. So we're going to do it in, I've done similar prep before, so you might remember if you've done it before. Obviously, I know, Sarah, you won't have done this before. So we're going to hold it in our elbow plank, and then we're going to do some movements. So you might just want to watch what I do first, and then we'll do it all together so you can make sure you know what you're doing. So, because if you're lying down, you won't be able to see. So what we're going to do to begin with, I'm going to do it with my palms facing down. My elbows are going to come in directly underneath my shoulders. If they're a little bit too wide, it leaves space for my shoulder to collapse, and we don't want that. So I want to have my shoulders directly underneath my elbows directly underneath my shoulders so that it keeps my shoulder feeling nice and secure. Hands are going to come down in front of me. You might find that your hands start to roll in towards one another. That's absolutely fine if that happens. It just basically means that you've got tight shoulders. But if that does happen, if your hands start to smush in towards one another, just be super conscious that it doesn't mean that your elbows are going out as a result. So you've got to really make sure that you're planting your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Doesn't matter if your hands go in towards each other. From here, I'm going to pull my shoulders down, so they're not going to be around my ears. Pull my shoulders down, and I'm holding myself in my plank. We're going to hold it for a few seconds, and then what I want us to do is lean forward on our tippy toes, bringing our chest forward and through, but I'm still hovering off the floor, and then bringing it back, and then I'm going to round over, okay, and then I'm going to take it through and up, back and round. Try and keep your hips and butt low as possible when you're in that position. Okay, so let's get ready into position. So let's start in our plank position. Elbows are underneath the shoulders, palms down, and holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tilt it forward, chest goes through, taking it back, rounding over. Take it forward, chest goes through, taking it back, rounding over. Take it forward, chest goes through, round back, take it over, and relax. Lovely. Good stuff. We're going to do the same thing again. This time, I'm going to turn my arms into a different position. So now, I'm going to take my palms up. Now, if you have a little notice, just have a little feel of your arm. If my palm is facing down, then my bicep doesn't feel that engaged. Whereas if I turn my palm up, it suddenly feels a lot more active. And that's just because I've rotated my wrist round. So we're just playing around with the different positions of our hands to hopefully engage muscles and feel like we, or I guess find which position of the hands feels best for us. So let's do the same thing again, but this time palms up to the sky. And are you ready? Getting into your elbow plank, we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest goes forward, take it back. Chest goes forward, take it back. Chest goes forward, take it back. Lovely. And relax. I actually find that one so much easier than the palms down. It makes such a difference for me. It's quite incredible. And the last one we're going to do, we're going to bring our palms in towards one another. Now, if you've got if you've got a yoga block, this is ideal. Or if you've got a something like a book or a picture frame even, and you want it to be about the width of your shoulders. So there's no point having, that's your ideal basically. You can have smaller ones, but ideally you want it to be like the width of your shoulders. So then you can push in and it helps to keep your elbows in line with your shoulders basically. So you can push in using like a prop, like I'm just using this picture, but if you've got a block, that also works. If you don't have a block or anything, that's also fine, don't worry. You can bring your palms together. The only reason it's nice to have a block is because when you bring your palms in together, it does make your elbows want to go further out. That's the only reason I mention it. I might try with my little picture today. See if it helps me. I know it normally does. Okay, so getting in your position, palms are facing in, and yes, you can, so thumbs are up, and you can push your hands in together. Just be really conscious of where your elbows are and making sure they're underneath your shoulders. Okay, let's get into our plank position. And let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it forward, chest goes through, rounding it over, head goes down. Lovely. And the shoulders go through, squeeze together at the back, and round, forward and through, and rounding it over. Perfect. And release. Very good, very good. Now we're going to take ourselves over towards the wall. You might want to keep your mat for extra padding, if you wish to. And what I want you to do is find the position away next to the wall where you are about, so we're basically going to have it back to the wall, and I want you to work out where is one leg distance away. So if you put your leg against the wall, whoop, if it's hip height, that's right directly underneath is where you want to be putting your arms. So we're going to do it as a forearm headstand. I really like a forearm headstand because it makes me feel way more balanced, and the main reason why I love it is because my head doesn't have to touch the floor. And I mean, luckily I've got lots of padding right now, but if I'm in a position where I don't have a lot of padding, then I certainly don't want to be putting my head on the floor. So by all means, put padding down for your forearms if you wish to. But what we're going to do is bring our elbows down to the floor. And to begin with, I'm actually going to recommend you do palms up. So we're going to do palms up to begin with, and we're going to place our head like pretty much on your forearms. So I sit my head on my squishy bit on my forearms, and my hands can cradle my head. If you slip through the middle, that's also fine. If your head does go onto the floor, that's also fine. But I'm going to start with kind of hands cradling my head, and ideally I've got my head on my forearms, but if it goes through the middle, as long as you've got padding and you're comfortable, that works. So what we're going to do, if you're wanting to do your headstand, then we're going to bring our head down, holding onto my head so I feel nice and comfortable, and then I'm going to tuck my toes under at the back, and then I'm just going to push my butt up. Now for some people, just putting your head on the floor can feel like a really big deal. So if that's you and that's where you are on your journey, totally amazing. Feel free to celebrate it and run around the room doing a celebratory dance, because we really should celebrate every single part of the journey that we are at. So if you're just putting your head on the floor, feel that congratulations going through, pulsing through your body. If that feels okay and you want to take it a little bit more intense, tuck the toes under, push your butt up, and then we're going to walk our feet up the wall. And then if you're here and that feels okay, I want you to take yourself, so you're trying to get it so that your shoulders are directly underneath, your hips are directly over the top of your shoulders. So you're stacked up on top of one another. I'm actually slightly out, so I'm going to go a little bit closer. Yeah, lovely. And then from there, you can practice taking one foot off and relax, take the other foot off and relax. So we're just taking one foot off at a time. Now, if you're comfortable with your headstands and you're working on your forearm stands, we're going to do the same thing, but with a forearm stand position. You can again do it with your palms up so that we're in unison doing it all together. Elbows come underneath your shoulders. Now this time we're not putting our head down. Keep kind of like looking up and away. I aim to look at my wrists, but sometimes depending on how much I'm pushing through my shoulders, I end up looking just ahead, literally just ahead. But what I don't want is that you look down through your arms. So you keep looking up and away as much as you can. So don't drop your head down. The moment you drop your head down, it's so easy to lose your balance, basically. I really want you to be thinking about pushing your shoulders through. So your armpits are trying to push through as much as possible. So I'm not round here, I'm lifting and pushing back as much as I can. So my hands are going palms up to the sky, elbows go in, looking up as much as I can, toes come up, stack up, and again, practice taking one foot and down, other foot and down, and then take it back down. So just have a little play, whether you're doing it with your headstand or with your forearm stand. I'm going to come and have a little look and see how you're getting on as well. Nice, lovely. Nice, Magdalena, lovely.
Can I try it the other way?
Not yet. We will come on to that, but the reason we don't want to do it butt to wall just yet is because it can take us out of frame. So we want to be stacked as much as possible. Sometimes when we do it at the wall, our butt goes over our shoulders and it can feel quite intense, particularly on our neck if we're doing a headstand. And I don't want you to feel worried at all.
Because when I was in that position, it didn't feel like it felt like I should go over more, but I don't think I should have.
Show me and I'll have a watch and then I'll see how that was good. Magdalena, that looked really nice. How did it feel?
I think it's something that if I do it incorrect, I might feel pain here. I think I was doing something wrong. What do I need to do if I feel a bit of pain here? What am I doing?
It will feel pretty intense. I'm just going to pause you just 1 second, Magdalena. That looks really nice, Sarah. That is perfectly in line. Nice, good. Nice, lovely stuff. 1 foot each, fantastic. Really good, darling, really good. Yeah, that was in line, Sarah. Yeah, so Magdalena, it will feel intense. It will feel like your muscles are like, I don't know how to describe it, under a lot of pressure, I guess, is how they feel when I do it. They feel like they're working really hard. So it doesn't feel like a pain as such, but it it feels almost, I want to use the word heavy, like heavy on my shoulders, but it doesn't feel like something's on my shoulders, but it will feel like they're working hard. So if it feels uncomfortable, that's kind of, it will feel uncomfortable, but it shouldn't feel painful. But what I want you to make sure is that your elbows are staying under, because if they go out, then your shoulder can collapse through. So that won't be in a good position. And if it feels very intense, try to push your shoulders through as much as possible. So you're trying to get your armpits to push outwards. Does that make sense? I'm going to do it against the wall to hopefully give you a demo of what doesn't feel the right position, what does feel the right position. Let me go to my face. Okay, so if I am here, I'm going to do palms in. I'm going to bring my, for the next one anyway, bring my picture just because it's conveniently there. So if I'm here and I'm taking my feet up, if I'm here, no, no, no. So my shoulders are coming over the top of my elbows, and that feels like a really awkward, painful position on my trapezius, that like muscle that goes across here. So instead, I want to be thinking about keeping my shoulders directly over my elbows, so they're never going forward too far. They go straight over my elbows, and then from there, I try and push through, push through. So although it does still feel like I've got very heavy, do you know what? You know when we do our little stretch and we do it on a chair or a pole and we bring ourselves like there, and you know when you've got a really big stretch and maybe someone's pushing down on your upper back, it kind of feels a little bit like that, but more intense. Does that help?
Yes, yes, it does. I'll give it a try now.
Yeah, go give it a try. Go give it a try. And Sarah, that was looking really nice. I'm so impressed with your positioning. Your stacking is perfect. So I want us to try it again, but this time instead of having palms up, bring the palms in. And like before, like we did it on the elbow plank, you're welcome to put like a block or a book, or like I've got a picture frame in between your hands, or you can push your hands in together. But if you push your hands in, just be wary of elbows going out. But just to kind of play around and see how it feels doing palms in. That is looking so nice, Magdalena. How did that feel?
Better. Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, good. That's great.
I didn't feel that much pressure here, so.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Sarah, this is looking fabulous, darling. Really nice. Oh, I feel like she's daring to balance. This is a very exciting. Really lovely, darling. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you both to do this and just see how it feels. Don't worry if it's not feeling great at all. You can keep your foot on the wall to make you feel more comfortable. So we're going to take ourselves either in our headstand or in our forearm stand. So I'll show you in a forearm stand first, and then I'll show you the headstand one. I want us to practice. Oh, and sorry, I'm going to leave it up to you as well, whether you would like it to be palms down, palms in, or if you're wanting to, you can bring your palms down to the floor. I personally find that one the hardest one to control, but by all means, have a little play around and see if it works well for you. So I'm going to bring my forearms in just for my demo. So what I want you to do is take yourself up, make sure your shoulders stay over your elbows. And then what I want you to do is take your feet up and then take one leg back and then see if you can balance by taking the other foot off the wall. And then bring it back. If at any point you feel like you're going to roll over, you've gone too far over, tuck your chin to your chest and roll it out. Obviously this can be a bit awkward if you've got a picture frame in front of you, so maybe practice without your picture frame if you're not feeling confident and you feel like you're going to roll over. So let me show you what I mean for a headstand as well. So I'm going to do it with my palms together. When I do my palms together, I actually really like making a ball with one hand and wrap my hand around my fist with my other. That just works really well for me. It's probably for more the amount of time that I hold onto the pole and do a headstand around the pole, and that's probably why it works. But by all means, steal it as well, because it could make a difference for you. So we're going to bring our heads down. Oh, sorry, do you know what? I've gone and done that, and then I immediately went and put my hands together. So I'll take it back. I'm going to bring my hands together. Okay, so head goes down, toes go under, walking it up. And then from here, I'm going to take my leg back and let the weight of my leg determine when it feels okay to take my foot off the wall. And then when that feels okay, I might be able to bend it, but just do the move super slowly. So the getting balance, you just want to be as slow as possible. And then if you feel like, holy moly, I'm going over, then you're just going to bring chin into chest and roll yourself forward to get out of it. Although you do pull your hair out, it's at least going to be nice and safe. So if you do feel like you're wibbly wobbly and you're going over, either immediately bring your weight back towards the wall or roll it out chin to chest. Let me come and have a little gander and see how you're looking. So it's just in that split position to see if we can get that balance. It's quite nice. I quite like getting a balance in a split. Lovely. Really nice. Good. From both of you. Excellent. Lovely, Magdalena. That was fun. Maybe it was me that was getting excited. That just got you out of that position. I'm so sorry, but that was so good. Really nice. Really nice. Well done. Oh, lovely, Sarah. Gorgeous. Fantastic. Look at you saying you've never done a headstand before. I'm not believing you. You must have done one at one point, because that's just incredible. Really, really, really well done, darling. Lovely, Magdalena. And remember here, we're not in any rush. We can take our time with it and really listen to your body, move slowly through the movements. There's no rush to get it perfect today. Nice, Sarah. Really lovely. Really nice. Lovely, and lovely slow controlled movements as well. Good. Nice, Magdalena. Oh, pretty dress. Hey, darling. Oh, really nice. Oh, this is looking fantastic. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to do it. We're going to move it over and do it facing the wall this time. But the trouble with when we sometimes practice against the wall, I'll show you what I mean. This is where we don't want it to be. So let me show you what not to do. So if I'm in my position, I'm going to bring my mat close to me. So this is what I don't want to do. I'm going to do it as a headstand. So I don't want to be doing my headstand, taking myself up and then bringing myself here. Because if I'm leaning on the wall too much, then basically my butt is nowhere near over my shoulders. I'm just basically crumpling into my upper body. And this can feel really uncomfortable. I know it certainly does for me. So what I want to do is pull myself away from the wall so I can bring myself back into my body, realigning my spine, and I'm going to bend my knees. So I can either bend both, so I can keep my hips over my shoulders. I can practice taking one leg straight and then switching if I want to, or I can keep both bent. And I want you to think about tilting your pelvis under. So no sticking your butt out. Keep your pelvis under. So taking one foot and bend and the other. And maybe if you want to, you can practice taking 2 feet up straight, but that just depends on how you feel. But what I really want is to make sure that you're not doing lean the butt straight over to the wall, because that will take you out of alignment. Oh, I've managed to pull out my hair from that forward roll. So yeah, you don't want to be like leaning over. You want to bend one knee so you can keep yourself stacked. Magdalena, you can also do this with your forearm stand. I actually want you to take yourself maybe a little bit further away so that you can take yourself almost into that split position again, and take your foot backwards. So what I mean is, if I'm, maybe I bring my hands about 30 centimeters away from the wall, so about a foot away from the wall where my hands go, and then from there, I'm still looking through, I can just gently lift up, and then my foot can come back to the wall, so I can take myself either in a stag or that split position, rather than trying to take 1 foot at a time. You can kick up into this. Nice, lovely. Yes, nice, Magdalena. Sarah, because you're doing quite a nice big jump and then it's ricocheting off the wall and you're like trying to get that balance, I'm going to suggest you take your legs wide outwards. So what I want you to do is, as you're in your position, as you're kicking up, either do a bunny hop where they both come together. I want you to take your knees out wide. It just tends to be easier to balance that way. Or if you are doing a kick up, take your leg up as high as possible and then just do a little lift and then drop it back down. Little lift. So it almost feels like you can just step it up as opposed to it being kick, because then you tend to bring way too much energy up and then it just bounces off the wall again. So think about doing it as a small kick as possible, or if you want to do a bigger jump, take the knees out wide. It tends to be easier to balance that way. You can either do it with like knees bent or take your legs out straight, whatever feels best. Magdalena, you can also try this yourself as well. Try doing a jump and kicking it with your feet out wide. I actually quite like the forearm stand when my legs are out wide, because I find it easier for me to balance. So if I'm in this position, then as I can do a little jump up, I can then kind of take my feet to the wall and balance here. And that can just be working on my balance zone. And the moment I bring my head through is the moment I lose my balance. So make sure you're still looking up through your elbows. Let me come and check in on you guys. How you doing? The reshuffling of the hair. I feel you, Sarah. I feel you. I feel like I've made a right mess of my barnet. Lovely, Sarah. Really nice. Just a little lift up. Oh, that was so close, Sarah. So close. Nice. Magdalena, that was lovely. I know you didn't fully balance for that moment, but that was a good kick up, a good little balance for a moment before you came down. Nice, lovely, gorgeous, 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 Magdalena. Really nice. I would almost say take yourself an inch further away from the wall. And by the way, guys, if you need to have a break, by all means, have a little rest. Doing headstands one after the other, or forearm stands one after the other, it's exhausting. So don't feel free, you know, feel like you can have a little break. Really gorgeous, Magdalena. That looks stunning. Really nice. Beautiful. Oh, and yourself, Sarah. Woo! Excellent. Fantastic. Really nice, Magdalena. How did that feel in your upper body? Lovely, Sarah.
It felt much better. I think previously it was when we were not facing when we were faced the other way around. I was just scared that I will just collapse, so I couldn't do it.
It's quite nice doing this one against a pole, because then it gives you that space so that you're not completely against a wall, like it's completely restricting, but it's only one bit. So you've got space to move around it. So yeah, I highly recommend trying this against a pole. It's a nice one to do. Sarah, that was fantastic. That last one, up, straight, looking comfortable. How did that feel? Oh, I can't hear you, babe. You're on mute. Sorry.
That felt really good. I want to try it again.
Congratulations. Well, by all means, go and try it again. I'm just going to do a final little stretch for you. If you are about to do it again, though, feel free to just go and do it again.
Just do it one more time.
You do it one more time. I'm going to start the stretch with Magdalena, and then feel free to join us afterwards. So I want us to, when you're doing this one, Magdalena, particularly for forearm stands, you'll be using your outer deltoid loads. So it'll be kind of coming down through the sides here and down into your arm. And you'll feel that on both sides. So let's just do a little bit of a stretch with that specific spot. So we're going to take our arm over, keep the arm straight, and then give it a pull in. Keep your shoulders down, and you should feel the stretch coming down the middle of your cap part. Make sure you've got a nice long neck when you're in this position. Lovely. Good. Release the hand, and then we're going to turn the palm to the front of the room and then pull it in again. And hopefully, Magdalena, you're feeling the exact spot that you've just been working out. I hope you are anyway. I hope this helps. I find this is my favourite stretch after I've done forearm stand practice. Lovely. And then release, switching it over to the other side, bringing the arm in, palm facing the back of the room to begin with, just giving it a pull in. We should feel this coming down into the deltoid position, the deltoid part of our shoulder, this capped part of our arm. Lovely. And then release, turn to the palm facing the front of the room, and then giving it another pull in. And you should feel it coming down into because it basically reaches the bit that touches to the humerus, your upper arm bone, and it just helps to really get that bit. If you're not feeling a big stretch in this position, that's fine. It's obviously just that part of the muscle hasn't been used as much, so don't worry if it's not well. But hopefully it does feel really good. Lovely. And then give the arms a shake. Interlink the fingers, and we're just going to separate the shoulder blades. So I'm holding like a big beach ball shape, gently pulling on the arm, flip down to the floor, stretching all of this upper back part here. Lovely. And relaxed. And then I'm just going to fold myself over and let my body completely hang upside down. So I'm just going to fold myself over like so, and then I'm going to hold on to my elbows. So just letting my upper body relax, hold on to my elbows so I'm not bringing the weight into my arms. And then from here, I want you to nod your head as if you're saying yes, and then shake your head as if you're saying no. So your head stays completely relaxed, all of the upper body is relaxed. We're shaking it from side to side and then nodding our head from up and down. And it will just help to release any tension and relax all of our trapezius and our upper back. And then take it from side to side again. Lovely. And then relax the arms and roll yourself gently back up again. Really nice. Really well done, my loves. That was really exciting to see such amazing stuff on your first goes. Congrats. That's brilliant. Exactly. Hurrah! So yes, feel free